Guys, and welcome to Summer Camp brought to you by the Art Center of the Grand Prairie. My name is Miss Susie, and I really wish we were together at the Art Center this year, but I am excited that we get the opportunity to do this really cool art project together. Now, this lesson is just for second and third grade artists, and it's inspired by one of my favorite books. This book is called If the Dinosaurs Came Back by Bernard Most. So, if you've read it, you'll know what I'm talking about, and if you haven't, go check it out. So, what we want to do today is we want to draw a picture of a dinosaur, any dinosaur you want. I chose a T-Rex because they're ferocious, but you can choose another one. Then we're going to collage it onto a background. So I'm excited to do this together.
Now before we get started, let's look closer at the book If the Dinosaurs Came Back by Bernard Most. So we can see that a lot of the shapes are kind of simple. There's not a lot of details on the dinosaurs. And there's a little bit of shading. So we want to try to be inspired by that today. And I like how the background is black and white and the dinosaur stands out with the color. So you can choose to be inspired by that today as well, or you can add color to everything. All right, so here are the supplies you're going to need today. From the master pack, you're going to need some scissors, glue, a Sharpie, and a black crayon. You're also going to need your watercolor paints with a cup of water and a paintbrush. All right, I'm excited. Let's go. Okay, so you first are going to need a green sheet of paper for your dinosaur. And I want my dinosaur huge. If you want to practice first in your sketchbook, that might be a good idea. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the mouth. And the mouth looks like a sideways letter V, like that. Then I'm going to come up and around to do the head. So I'm going to make my curve line and then come up and over like that. It's kind of looking like a duck. I hope it looks more like a dinosaur in a minute. Oh, I know how I can do that. Let's make some super long teeth. To do that, I'm just making a zigzag line. You've got it. Okay, maybe I'll make an eye. You can choose to make your eye any way you want. You can even put glasses on your dinosaur if you wanted to. So I'm going to come back to the teeth. And I'm going to come down and around. I'm going to make a curved line. Then I'm going to come down here. Then I got to get brave. I'm going to start with the little bitty hands of the dinosaur. And I'm going to give him some claws too. All right, there we go. All right, now what I want to do is I'm going to, hold on, come down and make the stomach. So your stomach is just a curved line like that. Okay, for the legs, the hind legs are big, right? Because they need them to run really fast to chase their prey. Okay. There we go. That was a little tricky. All right, now I'm going to do the tail. So the tail, I'm going to kind of follow where the stomach is and pretend to draw a line there and then stop. Then I'm going to make a big curved line. Woo! And I think I'm just going to keep going. Whoa, boom. There we go. All right, then I need to do the other hands too and legs. So I'm just going to come up, kind of repeat the same design that I had before. There we go. Now I might want to make some details, like make it look bumpy. You know, I'm sure dinosaurs didn't have super smooth skin, so I'm just gonna make some dots to make it look like it's got some texture. Maybe make kind of a spine on it as well. All right, now for the fun part, I want to add the value. And to make it look like it has value, I'm going to do something called stippling. Stippling, check it out, it's a bunch of dots. That's all it is. Now if you notice, I'm holding my Sharpie at an angle because I don't want to take my Sharpie and go ah and stab it, because then my Sharpie is not sharp anymore. And I love a Sharpie. It's so much fun to draw with. So I'm just gonna keep going, and I'm only gonna really worry about the bottom part of it, maybe inside the legs, like so. Okay. Now after I get my stippling done, I want to grab my black crayon, and I'm just going to color very lightly because I still want to be able to see my stippling dots. So I'm just kind of lightly coloring the bottom of it, just to make it look like there's a shadow on there. Just like this. Now be careful not to press too hard or you will cover up your stippling dots, and we didn't want to do all that work for nothing, right? Okay. Alright. There we go. I bet your dinosaur looks great. I can't wait to see it. Okay, so our next step is we're going to move this out of the way for a second, and then we're gonna start our background paper. So just kind of move that to the side. And now you really get to use your imagination. Where is your dinosaur going to be? Is he going to be in the city? Is he gonna be at the water park? It's completely up to you. Now I am gonna do a city, so I will quickly show you how to do that. So you're just gonna draw a straight line across. Then I'm just gonna add some rectangles at the top. I might add some cool shapes just to make it a little bit more interesting. Okay, so then after I get my basic shape of what I want to add some details. I can add cars, I can add windows. It's completely up to you. All right, so let's fast forward through this real quick and you can watch me do this. And I've got my building done, and I can show you really quickly if you want to draw a car. You're just going to draw two circles, little circles down here, and then you'll put a line in between them, a line here, and a line here. Then, the tricky part is you're going to make this curved line here, go up and over, and then boom, then you can make the rest of the details on your car. Maybe this little person, hey dinosaur, how you doing today? Okay, all right, I'm gonna draw a few more cars. Now I do want to keep in mind that I am going to be, cutting this dinosaur out and gluing it to my background. So I'm probably not gonna spend a lot of time in this area because I know it's going to be covered up. Now, what I want to do is, I can leave it black and white, but I love painting, so I'm going to choose to paint a little bit of my background. You can color all of it, you can use markers, you can paint it. That is completely your choice. Whatever you like to do, I say go for it. You spent a long time working on your background. If you want to add color, go do it. It's going to be fun. You are a creative person. Now what I like to do is sometimes I just dip my paintbrush in the water. I don't dip it back into the paint because it kind of gives the light and the dark, and that's the value that we did on the dinosaur with the shadow. That's what we're doing here on the sky. It's just getting a little bit more water to make it lighter, and then more paint to make it darker. Okay. What you want to do now is you want to let that dry for a little bit. I'm just going to move that out of the way to dry. Then I'm going to go back to my dinosaur and I'm going to cut it out. Now you can cut right on the line. Sometimes I like to go just a little bit outside of my dinosaur line so everybody can see how awesome I drew my dinosaur, which I know you did too. Now Mr. Chuck is going to have an art show that will display your artwork that you've done at our summer camp. I cannot wait to see it, guys. Get our scrap paper out of the way. Clean that up. Then you, oops, hold on. Let me get some of this out of his mouth there. There we go. All right, now you can choose to use glue stick or Elmer's glue. Remember, if you use Elmer's glue, you don't need a ton of it. Okay. Then you will place it anywhere you want to on your work of art. And then your last and final step is to write your name. Nice and neat. Well guys, I hope you had a fun time making a collage that has value on it today. I had a lot of fun with you. Thank you parents for letting your student artist express his creativity. All right, you guys have a great day, and I hope I will see your artwork soon.